Alright guys, in today's video we will be doing a breakdown on YOUHU's kit. I will simplify her kit for you guys as much as possible. Trust me, at the end of the video, you will be an expert on this character, I guarantee it. She's looking like a really solid ice DPS, with the main focus point of her kit revolving around a gambling mechanic, and at the same time being Zezi's best partner. And make sure to like the video and subscribe guys to be kept updated with Wuthering Waves 24/7. But now onto the breakdown on her kit. So YOUHU is a GLACIO gauntlet DPS, and here is how she works. You basically gather stacks from using various parts of her kit, and she has 4 different types of these stacks, which will be 4 different symbols, each symbol providing a different effect. After getting a symbol, you can lock it into your Forte circuit by using a basic attack, or you can simply reroll it by getting a new symbol. And we will talk about how to get these symbols later, but once you gather 4 of them in your Forte circuit, you can basically just hold down the normal attack to deal damage, and the attack deals more damage the more matching symbols you have. So that is the gambling mechanic in her kit. The more symbols that match, the higher the damage. And yes, she does have healing in her kit. Her skill provides a heal for your team, as well as matching symbols can provide heals, but healing is not going to be her strong suit. It might be enough to sustain herself, but might be not enough for the whole team. Now let's talk about these symbols guys. These symbols that I've mentioned are actually called auspices. You want to gather 4 of them to unleash your Forte attack, scaling off of skill damage. And how do you get these auspices? So she actually has a mechanic allowing her to appraise a thing called antique, and there are 4 types of antiques that she gets, and 4 antiques means it follows with the 4 types of auspices. YOUHU gains these antiques in various ways. There's a lot of ways. The first one is using her special heavy attack that grants 1 random antique. The special heavy attack can be used even if you don't have the max amount of auspices yet. You basically just have to fill up her bar using her normal attack. And the other ways to get antiques are from the intro, her skill, her ultimate, and the dodge counters, each providing a different antique. And all you have to do after that is basic attack after gaining the antiques to transform them into a respective auspice. Now keep in mind, if you choose not to use a basic attack, and let's say you use a skill again, or you dodge counter, well, the antique you have will simply be replaced by another one, which will be a different symbol. And the trick with this character is you want to match these symbols, so you might not want to lock it in right away and look for which symbol you are missing. And each antique will have different effects upon being transformed as well. You can deal more damage, deal more stagger, deal more shield break, and even pull in enemies. So these are the 4 types of antiques YOUHU can draw from her attacks. And once you convert these antiques to reach 4 auspices, that is the maximum amount she can carry. And then you can use her special Forte attack. You can hold down the normal attack to use her Forte circuit. And depending on how these symbols match, you get various effects. So this is what you get depending on how your symbols match. A 2 of a kind provides a 70% damage bonus. If you have 2 pairs of symbols matching, you heal on top of doing the 70% damage. And a 3 of a kind provides a big 175% extra damage. And a 4 of a kind, hitting the jackpot, is you get all the previous effects combined. So if I combine all the damage numbers, you get 245% damage bonus, and on top of that, a heal for your team. Her Forte is going to be hitting really hard on max stacks, and I believe the damage scales off of her skill damage. And now I will tell you guys an example on how to do the rotation on this character. This might clear things up for some of you. So let's say you have 0 antiques with YOUHU, and let's say you're using a different character. Let's say you're using Changli, and then you intro animation with YOUHU on the field to get 1 antique. You then basic attack to turn that antique into a auspice. You then want to use her skill to gain another antique, You use the basic attack again. Now you have 2 Auspices. You then hold her basic attack until the special heavy activates to get another antique. You basic attack again for 3 Auspices. And now you either want to do a dodge counter or you simply use her ultimate to gain another antique, and if it's the symbol you want, you press basic attack again to get 4 Auspices. Now you're at the maximum amount of Auspices and ready to pop the Forte Circuit Burst. And then you can swap back out and give a coordinated attack buff to your team, which I believe is a 100%, a pretty massive buff, which is going to help Zezi a lot. And also remember guys, the dodge counter rolls an antique every time. So let's say you got 3 Auspices that all match and you're looking for the 4th one to match. You can do a bunch of dodge counter until you see the symbol that you need, and then you can finally lock it in with a basic attack. So depending on how long you stay on the field, you can easily guarantee it. And now for her ultimate, the special thing about her ultimate is that you can actually pick the symbol you want. And this is how you get your last one, or the one you want. You generally want to use and save the ultimate once you already have a few Auspices, so you can then guarantee and pick the best one that matches the other symbols that you have. So that is what her ultimate mechanic is, guys. You basically select the symbol that you want. I know we've seen it from the leaked gameplay, but a lot of people didn't know what that was exactly. And we can also take a quick look at her resonance chain. So the first one is a 10% chance to become invincible for 5 seconds when drawing a antique. More Gamba mechanics, I love to see it. The second one is her Forte Circuit does more damage. Now that is nice because her Forte Circuit at 4 Auspices is already going to be hitting crazy with like 200% damage. And now the third one, her skill does more damage and has a 20% chance it doesn't go on cooldown when used. That is actually pretty good, more gambling. And then the number 5, 15% crit rate on intro. And the number 6, 15% crit damage every time she changes an antique to an Auspice, up to 4 times. That is actually really crazy, being able to get up to 60% crit damage each time you change an antique into an Auspice. I imagine we're going to be seeing some funny clips with this character. But yeah guys, that is the simplified way on how to play YOUHU in Wuthering Waves. Seems like a very fun character to use, both providing an amazing amount of damage and amazing synergy with Zezi being both GLACIO and her providing the coordinated deepen attack. So yeah guys, this concludes the breakdown. Hope you all enjoyed, hope it helped. If it did, feel free to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you all in the next one. Big event video coming soon. Stay tuned for that.